Hey everybody, it's the Buko Boys.
What a beautiful day.
What's up everybody? I am Dale.
And I'm DVO, and I don't know if you're listening to this in a day or nighttime, so I'm sorry I assume that it's daytime for you, but hope you're enjoying the Buko Boys podcast.
What's up everybody?
And we got a fun one. We got a doozy of an episode this week.
If you're watching on YouTube, you'll see this arrangement of treats.
Yes, we're going back to our roots of treats.
Yeah, I found this new, well, it's not a new store, it's new to me store. And it just had all this wacky weird shit all over it.
And we're going to try some of it for you guys.
So here's some wacky weird shit. Some stuff from, there's like these British chips here. I got some licorice from Holland, some dill pickle gummies, and some soda from some other country, I don't know.
So we'll get into it at the end here. We'll save it for the end of the episode, but you have to be careful when you talk about British chips, because then they're going to think you're talking about French fries.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
They call these crisps.
Crisps. Crisps. Okay, good to know. I don't know these things.
You're very breathy in the microphone tonight. Or today, whatever you're watching.
Maybe because I'm half asleep.
Wake up.
Okay.
I actually fell asleep in the movie theater.
Yeah, you did. I had to beat you up.
It was for a second.
I'm the tired one, and I was thinking I was gonna pass out in the movies, and I stayed awake.
Well, it was a quick one. We watched Black Widow today, and
what'd you think?
I liked it. Yeah, I liked it. I mean, I'm so invested into the Marvel comic movie world. The Marvel Cinematic Universe. I'm very invested in it, so I've got to like it, I guess.
And so, did you notice where this took place in this timeline? I guess.
Yeah, I mean, jump back and forth from the past, obviously when Black Widow was just a little child, to the right after, or right around the Civil War movies. Okay, I shouldn't say Civil War movies, but the Captain America Civil War movie and the I can't remember what they call it, the Accords.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah.
But yeah,
so,
right.
What's the name of it?
I had it, and I
it's on the tip of my tongue.
I almost had
Sokovia.
Sokovia. I almost had it again. Yeah, the Sokovia Accords, and they're all in hiding because they want
the Civil War thing.
Yeah. So and so it kind of takes so it's a prequel. It's a storyline of Black Widow and how she is who she is.
Right, and then it also introduced another character that's going to be I think she's going to be more involved in the future.
The Red Guardian.
No,
I wish.
That's going to be cool if they bring him back in to do more things, though.
So the Red Guardian. If you watch the trailers, if you haven't lived under a rock, because the movie has been delayed a year. So the trailer has been out there for well over a year, but the Red Guardian was played by, what's his name?
David Harbour,
aka Hopper.
Hopper, yeah,
from Stranger Things. I loved his character.
I loved it.
But you're talking about another character.
Yes, kind of like her sister, but not her sister. Another widow. Mm-hmm. But I can't remember her damn name. Yelena, okay.
I don't know.
But I think she's going to play a lot more in the future. I think she's going to be more involved.
I thought you actually were going to mention Taskmaster.
Oh, yeah. That was a strange twist.
So, again, if you want, no spoiler alerts here, okay? I'm not going to give spoiler alerts.
We're not going to spoil nothing.
But this is all from the trailer. You see there's this character that kind of mimics the Avengers and fights Black Widow.
Well, fighting everybody. Yeah, Taskmaster it'll throw you for a loop.
Yeah,
if you're familiar with the comics, it'll throw you for a loop.
Yeah, it's an interesting storyline. But I was telling you, I think the one thing that really throws me off. So, just I'm not spoiling anything. Just a real quick thing in the very beginning, because they talk about their family. It's the Red Guardian. He's the dad. They have a mom, and then the Black Widow and her sister, and they're in Ohio, and they all speak perfect English. Everything is well with them, and events happen. It fast forward to the future, and they're all Russian. So I mean, if you're familiar with the storyline, Black Widow, Natasha Romanoff is of Russian descent. So they all speak great English.
Well, not Russian descent, just a Russian spy. She's like a trained assassin.
Yes.
So they're trained assassins based in Russia.
Okay, sure. Okay, they're Russian. Okay, guys. As the Red Guardian speaks,
you'll see when you watch.
He speaks with a Russian accent. Why does he speak with a Russian accent?
So his character,
okay,
yes,
all right, he's Russian. Okay,
I'm talking about all these widows, and everybody else, because the widows, you'll find out.
Anyway,
you'll find out.
The Red Guardian, he's Russian, so he speaks in perfect English. Sorry, I dropped my pickle. He speaks in perfect English, and then he speaks well.
Knock it off.
It's not standing. Sorry, this giant pickle keeps falling, so I'm just gonna put it down. We're trying to have a nice stage for the video. So he speaks perfect English, and then when he goes into his Russian accent, speaking in English, all of a sudden he can't explain a damn thing. He can't talk all of a sudden. So he'd be like, "Hey, how's everybody doing today? Hope you all had a really well day in school and everything like that." That's how he spoke when he was in Ohio. And then when they're out and about doing their things and he's speaking Russian, so then the one time, and all of a sudden he can't talk all of a sudden. So that threw me off. And then this younger sister, I don't know how old she was, but anyway, she
like 6.
Again, spoke perfect English, and then all of a sudden, after being in the widow training, now she's got this heavy Russian accent as an adult. So that stuff really threw me for a loop.
So I can play devil's advocate on that. I could say, okay, yeah, he spoke perfect English while he was in his Russian spy mode, and then 20-something years of not having to do that anymore, I'm sure he loses that.
Well, remember, there's scenes, again, this is in the trailer, he's in prison, and he's speaking a lot in English to a lot of different prison mates? What do you call them again?
Inmates.
Inmates, yeah, that escaped my brain for a minute, too. He's speaking with a lot of inmates in English, so he hasn't lost speaking English.
Okay, you're right. I know, I was trying to play that. And then, but for her, the young girl, she's like 6, and then
most of her life
is in
training.
Yes,
but
and then if you're around that a lot, you're gonna pick that up. I mean, people move to America and the U.S. and they have an accent, and over time they start losing it.
They lose some of it, but
it's still there. But some people can actually talk with it gone.
Yeah, they have to try.
Yes, they do have to try.
You know what I mean? Yeah, you develop your accent in your early stages of life.
Yeah, so I know it is.
Yeah.
So this is one thing that I've seen David Harbour talk about in interviews,
aka Hopper.
Hopper, yeah. So when he was talking about how stupid this is, that they are playing these Russian characters in Russia, speaking English with a Russian accent. And then they're having a hard time talking to each other because they can't think of the English words. Why not just speak Russian?
In Russia.
In Russia.
With each other.
With your
Russian family.
Native dialect.
With your Russian family.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, so
I can understand Marvel not wanting to do subtitles for the entire movie.
Sure.
I can understand that. But I mean, where I can't remember what. Oh, it's that one show on HBO Max, the one that Bruce Lee wrote. But anyways, where they're speaking Chinese to each other. But what they do is they do this thing where it kind of morphs into them speaking English with no accents whatsoever. But you just know that this is how they're talking to each other in Chinese.
Yes.
But this way you can understand them without having to read subtitles.
You read subtitles the whole time. Yes.
If they did something like that, that'd be cool.
Yeah. And where it starts off where they're speaking in Russian with subtitles, and then it morphs into they're just speaking now in English with Russian accents, so you can not have to read subtitles.
Or not even get rid of the accents completely. No need for the accents if you're this is. So you listening, them talking to each other, they're not going to have accents to each other because that's their native tongue.
Or give them French accents.
There you go.
Throw it for a loop.
No, give them English accents.
British accents.
Yes.
You really throw people off for a loop. That would be hilarious.
But all in all, it was action packed.
Yeah, great action. It's fun to kind of see her storyline, even though she's not. And they made a nod to this, which was kind of funny. Was so the sister, I think it is Yelena. And she made a comment if something happened with Black Widow, Natasha Romanoff, that then they use her instead of the big Avengers or something like that. She made that kind of a comment.
Wait, say that again.
So Yelena made a comment. I can't remember. I can't remember the context of this scene, but Yelena said, "But then that's why they bring you, because they don't want to waste time with one of the big Avengers, or something like that." Basically saying Black Widow is one of the small characters of the Avengers, and then Black Widow asked a question like, "What do you mean?" Well, God of Thunder doesn't need rest or something like that.
Aspirin.
An aspirin, yes. So it's kind of making a nod, like, hey, you know what, like.
Well, she said it in a Russian accent. She's like, the guy from space that come down. He's.
Yeah, even though she will live most of her life speaking English, and
right.
Yeah, that's the stuff I'm talking about. But anyway, it was a funny little tease that Black Widow and Hawkeye are not the best, the biggest Avengers, not the favorite characters like the Iron Mans and the Thors.
Because they don't have powers. They're just normal people that can fight really well.
There's also like a few Avengers that are just kind of small, like Ant-Man.
But he can do big things.
Yeah. But it was great, and then there's one post credit. So after the credits, there's one post credit, and spoiler alert, everyone: Black Widow dies. But not in this movie.
She doesn't die in the movie. She dies in the future.
She dies in the future.
You all has seen it already.
Yeah. So in the Avengers with Thor, not Thor, gosh, Thanos. What was that called again? Now that slipped my mind.
Infinity War.
Infinity Wars.
Endgame.
Endgame. You probably saw Hawkeye through. No, just kidding. But anyway, yeah, Black Widow dies in that. So that's what's kind of weird. I know people were complaining about this Black Widow movie because they're like, well, we already know she dies. Spoiler alert.
But
it's a good prequel to her story, I guess.
Speaking of her dying.
Yes.
What about the whole lawsuit that Scarlett Johansson did to Disney because Disney released it on Disney Plus when they said they weren't going to.
I didn't know that.
Scarlett Johansson sued Disney because it was supposed to hit the box office and box office only for so long before Disney Plus released it.
Okay.
So that way they had more time to create more income and profits off of the box office.
Yeah.
That means that's more money for her pocket.
Mm-hmm.
And so she's suing Disney for $50 million, saying that she lost out on $50 million that she would have gained if they weren't streaming.
So instead of box office only, it was box office or Disney Plus with a purchase, which is usually $30, which I assume this would have been $30 purchase.
But I don't know if they make the money like they do out the box office. I think on box office sales, they make more than Disney Plus streaming releasing it. So with her suing and coming after Disney, I guess Disney had released a statement saying that she's no longer going to be a part of their movies.
Yeah, I mean, you don't really...
I'm kind of thrown off by that now because, I mean, they can pick a bunch of other people to play her character and replace her.
Mm-hmm.
That's shitty.
But also, with it being one of the smaller characters, no one's going to lose sleep over Black Widow no longer being in the Avenger movies.
Right?
Nor Hawkeye.
Well, Hawkeye has a bigger part now because they're doing the Disney Plus series Hawkeye.
Oh, I didn't know that.
You didn't know about Hawkeye?
No,
okay, so this is going to be geared around his daughter. His daughter being played by Haley Steinfeld.
Okay.
And she's going to be trained by Hawkeye.
I think we talked about this on this
episode.
Right. On this podcast.
And so she's going to be the new Hawkeye in the future. Because who knows what's going to happen to him now.
Yeah. So I think ScarJo. You don't want to take on big
mouses.
Yeah. You don't want to take them on. They have more experience, better lawyers,
a lot more
bigger
money.
Pockets.
Yeah,
deeper pockets.
Deeper.
So not a really good battle. And not only are you losing out on potentially $50 million from not only just going to box office, but box office and to Disney Plus streaming, but now you lost all other future roles. So you've lost everything from now on.
Right.
Yeah.
That really screwed yourself.
Yeah, just
shot yourself in the foot. Real bad, ScarJo.
Not a good idea.
I'll take you in though. Don't worry. I'll support you.
So anyway, yeah, good movie though, good action, nice little storyline. But she's no longer part of the series, so
who knows? They might reach some kind of agreement. I bet you this doesn't. I bet you they're scaring the shit out of her.
But she's dead, so
right, yeah. I mean, pretty much at the end of the day, like, are you even going to be in any more movies?
And sorry for it to be nerdy, but obviously they have explored time travel, so I guess there's always the potential they can go back in time and bring her back. I guess I don't know.
Quantum stuff.
Yeah,
quantum stuff, man.
Sorry, we're getting a little nerdy on it.
It's all right. I'll nerd out.
Another thing I've been watching, I talked about last time, was the Olympics. It's over though. At the time of this recording, the Olympics are ending today, and the closing ceremonies will be happening later today. Well, later for us in Tokyo is probably a normal time, but it's late here in the U.S. for the closing ceremony. Olympics are over. The medal counts are in. U.S. smashed everybody else.
Don't we always though? Almost.
No, not always. China always gives us a good run. Germany always gives us a good run.
Yeah, I think China and Germany are kind of like...
Sometimes Russia or Canada give us some good runs. So not necessarily, but I think last Olympics, I don't think we won them. I can't remember. I shouldn't say that. But we did smash this Olympics. We got the most medal count by a good amount. Gold medals, we beat China by 1. And I think that's the last count that I saw, and I think it was over by the time I looked at those numbers.
So here's a fun Olympics idea for you.
Okay.
So I heard of this, and this kind of piqued my interest.
All right.
Why not have another Olympics outside of these Olympics with other
disabled
athletes?
people? Just kidding.
Call it the Special Olympics. No, that's already a thing. Allow people to take any type of enhancement drugs and see what we can really do.
EPOs?
Like, be like, hey, this is non-regulated. Do whatever you want to do.
Roided up?
Yeah, you could be roided out. You could be whatever you like, whatever kind of curve you want to take or enhancements you want to take.
Okay.
And see what the human body can really do.
I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of that idea.
I mean, okay, regulated in the sense to where you're not going to overdose and take stuff that'll kill you. But people do these stuff anyways. People are doing them anyways, and they're like, but they're not. Their records and their stuff are not counted as real because they're obviously taking enhancement drugs.
Well, if you notice, this Olympics, it wasn't Russia that was competing. It was the Russian Olympic Committee, because Russia is in deep water and suspended for what's it called? Kind of having their Russian athletes there because they got caught doping and like blood transferring or things like that. Like during, I think, gymnastics, not 100%. So, I mean, it is regulated and...
Well, right. So I'm talking about a whole other Olympics.
Yeah.
So not like the full-on sports that they do now, but just like a few big ones, just to see, okay, you guys are already doing this stuff anyways.
I prefer not.
Well, I mean, it's a whole other one.
Oh,
just to see.
Oh, okay, just totally separate.
It's separate. Yeah, I've said that 10 times now.
Yeah, okay. Maybe you shouldn't use the word Olympics then. Maybe just.
I said a kind of an Olympics. I mean, I don't know what else you would call it.
Yeah, I don't know.
But just another thing of big sports that people play and they take enhancements anyways. And if they're really good at it with enhancements and they're better than the people that are already in the Olympics, let's see what the human body can do.
Yeah, okay. Sure.
You want to throw that thing around and see how far it can really be thrown? Take some of these.
Pop a couple of these.
And see what you can do now.
I'll throw that discus.
Yeah, and I'll throw that shit.
And I'll launch that javelin. See how high you really can jump.
Exactly. How far can you really jump?
Okay. I can't wait for pickleball to be in the Olympics. We'll probably be there. We'll probably be asked. The Buko Boys will probably be the first team asked. Like, you don't have to be sponsored by your country. If you want, you can, but you can be unsponsored by your country and just come as the Buko Boys.
Sponsored by Buko Island.
Yes. We all know of your pickleball skills. It's well documented.
We've heard your podcast before.
It's well documented. So Olympics, USA smashing all comers.
Oh, you a smash.
All right, we talked a few months ago when our good old friend Dustin Diamond passed away. Screech from Saved by the Bell.
Unexpected.
Yeah,
He was a big fan.
Yeah, he was a big fan. Another big fan, Mario Lopez and Mark Paul Gosselaar, also huge fans.
Actually, Mario Lopez asked to play me in my biography movie coming out.
I've heard.
I know.
It's gonna be great.
It's gonna be an epic.
But a fun little thing that I think in that episode, I think I talked about this series called Zack Morris's Trash.
Yeah, I loved it.
I think I did.
I loved it. And I watched a bunch of
You never
them.
heard of it until I mentioned it, right? You started watching it by. So if you guys are new or can't remember this, they're Funny or Die. All right.
Yeah.
Funny or Die. It's a hilarious. I don't even know where they are now. I mean, they're an app and they have a YouTube channel. They used to have a little sitcom or a variety show on. I can't remember what
HBO.
network. It was HBO. I was thinking it was HBO. That's where Two Ferns and Between Two Ferns came from with Zach Galifianakis. That little series with him interviewing people between two ferns. They brought you that. They brought you Pearl with
That
Will,
little landlord,
little lady with Will Ferrell.
Those all went viral. Sure.
Yeah, I think Will Ferrell was actually a founder of Funny or Die.
He created it.
Yeah, so huge success. I mean, it's still going. Okay, this little series was from an individual named Dashiell Driscoll, or Dash for short. We'll call him Dash for short, because that's what.
And that whole series that Zack Morris's Trash had to do with this guy breaking down an episode and talking about all the shitty things Zack Morris would do during that episode. And
it's about
kind of
about 5 minutes, about roughly 5 minutes. This little
and it's like,
clip.
wow, this is pretty bad.
Yeah, like, oh, Zach was easily throwing his friends under the bus, and he was lying to try to finger bang girls, and it was like he was clearly lying about being Jewish, and Anyway, all the things that Zach would do in an episode, they would break it down, just say how bad he is, and then he'd do a rundown. So, in case you missed it, Zach did this. Zack Morris is trash, and have a little tune. Zack Morris is trash.
They kind of sounded like the same.
And it had a little bell that would ring. These are like 5-minute skits. You guys should check it out. They're hilarious. I recently found out that Mark Paul Gosselaar, who played Zack Morris, was also a fan of these little series. And
I can see why, though.
There's 5 seasons, about 10 episodes a season, and you can go to the Funny or Die YouTube channel, go to their playlist and find the Zack Morris's Trash season 1, season 2, season 3, and all of them will be there. And they're hilarious. It's all made to be funny. Mark Paul Gosselaar caught wind of this, watched it, loved it. Him and Dash teamed up and created a podcast. And they emailed me right away and say, "Hey, Buko Boys, you guys need to check out our new podcast. It's called Zack to the Future." Okay.
This sounds hilarious. I haven't heard it yet, so I'm gonna be listening.
The premise of this is each week, it's kind of like a classroom. They're like, "Did you do your homework?" Each week they watch an episode of Saved by the Bell. They call it season 1. However, you should know it's actually season 2. Season 1 was originally called Good Morning Miss Bliss, which was in Indiana. The original cast members that transferred over were Mr. Belding,
Zach,
the principal, Zach, Screech, Lisa Turtle. Mm-hmm. Those 4 moved over and they created a whole thing saying, "Okay, no, never mind, we're not in Indiana, we're in Malibu? I don't even know."
Bayside.
Was it the city called Bayside?
This I think it's made up.
Okay, or the Palisades. I don't know where they're at. But Bayside High School.
Do you remember those first episodes from the first season?
Good Morning Miss Bliss. Yeah.
So I remember
I
those.
like those.
Do you remember at the end of those episodes, she would be writing her journal?
Oh yeah.
And she'd be like writing out loud of how her day went.
Yeah, her thoughts and everything.
And that is just so. And it also went from that to wacky picture, like what were they doing? Just crazy 90s all
color.
Shapes, shapes, colorful shapes, all flashing on the screen, and loud guitar riffs.
Right. So it's almost like that first season never existed.
Yeah,
it never happened. Okay, so
it was like a pilot season.
So really, it's season 2, but they're calling it season 1 of the original series with the team and cast that we know and love. So they start with episode 1,
the pilot.
Yeah.
Do you know why they call it the pilot?
No way.
Because it's the first time it's in the air.
Oh, actually, we talked about Black Widow wanting to blockbuster movies. Do you know why they call it blockbusters?
Hold on. No, I don't.
Because the movie would come out and people would line up around the block to see the movie.
Oh.
The facts you guys are learning on the Buko Boys podcast.
Wow.
Blowing your mind, I know.
That's pretty cool.
So the things we teach you guys is awesome. So back to Zack to the future. Mark Paul and Dash they don't even know each other, okay? So the first few episodes, they're also kind of getting a feel of each other. They're trying to get each other's like rhythm.
So they've never so this is like their first time hanging out and stuff?
Yeah, and talking.
Anything?
Yes.
It's the first episode.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they've talked on the phone before, as they created this, but they created this together.
Okay.
And I'm sure they've had conversations before they put this podcast together. But when they're like talking on the episode,
they're like getting to know each other.
They're also getting to know each other, and kind of, like I said, like they're trying to play off the rhythms of each other, get each other's jokes. So you think of Mark Paul Gosselaar, you do think of Zack Morris and his antics and his schemes, right?
He's such a dick.
Yeah, but he's trash, really.
He's trash.
But Mark Paul, he's actually a very reserved, conservative, quiet guy. He's like a family guy. Like if he had his choice, he'd go to work, which is acting. He's done a lot of acting jobs. He'd go to work, come home, just be with his family. Like he's a very quiet, reserved person. So he's very on the different ends of the spectrum of Zack Morris and Mark Paul. They're very different. But you start seeing a little bit of Mark Paul kind of making some jokes here and there, and he
call him
phones
MP.
in.
He's just MP to us.
Yeah. Like I said, we're close. We're tight. And he calls in some of the people and kind of talk about the episode as well.
Oh,
so,
really?
Yeah. So I'm only on I think episode 7. I was not gonna watch it. So basically, every episode they break down an episode of Saved by the Bell, and they watch it. And you don't have to watch it, but guess what I'm starting to do? I'm starting to watch Saved by the Bell again because I want to remember everything they're talking about in this podcast. I am enjoying it. It is so fun, and he's going to detail. Here's another little thing. So like Mark Paul, Mario Lopez, all the Tiffany Amber Thiessen, Dustin Diamond, they're all like 15, 15, 16 when the first season started. They were young.
No, they were younger than that.
Well, this is what they said. So I guess I think he'd know better. But that's just Mark Paul. That's just MP. That's just what he said. So
yeah, I'd say 14s.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
I have to correct you a lot on this episode.
Yeah,
today,
I'm thinking
brother.
back. I'm thinking. For some reason, I was thinking they were a lot younger.
So here's Mark Paul's thing. He does not remember a lot of his filming of Saved by the Bell. He's never watched an episode until this podcast. In fact, he hardly watches any of his work.
So I've heard about actors that do that, like Johnny Depp.
Yeah, Johnny Depp.
He says it's
Robert
too
Redford.
cringy. It's too cringy for him.
Yeah, well, for like I said, for Mark Paul, like this is his job. So he's not like analyzing his job. He's just like, I'm going there. I'm going to work. I'm going to do the best that I can, and that's what's getting put on air. And then that's it. He's done with it. Like I said, he's very like conservative like that. He's very reserved. And so he doesn't remember a lot of these things. And he's even kind of joked, I think I need to see a psychiatrist to find out why I don't remember a lot of my filming. And I think it's weird because like I said, he's like 15. I remember a lot when I was 15.
I wonder if it's just because they were taking like maybe multiple like take after take.
No, so what would happen, and they've talked about this on this podcast. So on Thursdays, they would do a couple scenes because remember they had these flashbacks or these made up like images, and they had like this purple border around the screen because it means they're traveling in time or they're traveling in their head. Like their imagination is running, or a dream scene. And so they would film like those on Thursday, and then Friday, or they would do like a run through on Thursday, and then Friday they would record some of these things, and then on Saturday mornings they recorded in front of a live audience. So Saturday mornings, because this was a Saturday morning show, this was in front of a live audience, and so yeah, they just did this once a week. Well, they just recorded that episode that week, and then next week it was the next episode. So yeah, he doesn't remember a lot of this, which is really mind blowing.
Well, I mean, if he's not watching the episodes afterwards, I could see how he's not.
So here's one. Here's an episode where this tomboy, what was her name, like? Oh, Rousey or something like that.
The one that would wear the leather jacket?
No. It was like in the early episodes.
Oh.
She was like very tomboy. She was tall, going, "Hey, Zachy," and she was like that. And there was an episode where they went to a dance, and she threw him over her shoulders and spun him around. And Dash is like, Mark Paul, do you remember this? He's like, I don't remember this until I watched the episode. I don't remember her spinning me around. And
But
Dash is
that
like,
brought the memory back though by him watching it.
No.
Oh.
Some things bring back memories. For example, this did not. So it's just really interesting how Zach or Mark Paul, our good buddy, does not remember a lot of this. I find it interesting.
Yeah.
Kind of like twist. So it's fun. If you guys are big fans of Saved by the Bell, do it. It's streaming on Peacock, which is free. You can get Peacock. And also, actually, I don't know if this is part of it. But this is genius. Saved by the Bell is rebooted.
I heard.
And I've watched some of it
Well,
on
they've
the
rebooted
Peacock.
a few times.
No, with this cast. So AC Slater's like a gym teacher. Jesse is also a teacher or principal, something
How
like
does she
that.
look now?
And great,
Still good?
So yeah, amazing. Their kids are also in the school, like Jesse's son is like on the football team, and AC Slater's like his coach and stuff like that. Zack Morris is the governor of Bayside or Malibu or whatever it is, and he's married to Kelly. And they've got
No
kids.
way.
Yeah. And then I think Zach's kid, he's kind of like a schemer too.
So did he go there to Bayside?
He's going to Bayside.
Is Mr. Belding in part? Did he pass away?
No, he's alive.
Oh, okay.
He was in the music video I just sent you. With the Tribal Seeds on My Vacation or Dirty Heads on My Vacation.
Oh, yeah.
So if you guys know the song, hey, I don't have the rights to this song. Hey, I'm on vacation every single day.
The music
That's
video.
actually, that music video is with Dennis Haskins, Mr. Belding in Bayside High School. That whole video is him. It is a hilarious video. Check it out. Anyway, loving this podcast. It's a great podcast. I enjoy it. You should watch it. Watch an episode of Bayside, of Saved by the Bell, then listen to Zach to the Future. And you kind of, it's fun. And it's fun. Because Zach, you call her a good buddy. MP. He actually, because he'll actually remember some things and say, oh, this is happening during this. So he remembers some things he's just like, this is my first time seeing this, and I don't remember this happening.
That's
crazy. So it's interesting. Yeah, it's interesting.
How old is his real kids, do you know?
I think he's got 4 kids. I don't know how old.
And none of them were I wonder if any of his kids watched the old Saved by the Bell.
So, he had Elizabeth Berkley, Jessie.
Mm-hmm.
She was on I think the first or second episode. She was on it, and they were kind of talking about one of the episodes, and she was saying that her kids watch it. No, I'm sorry. I take it back. It was actually that Rousey girl that I just talked about.
Oh.
She was on the episode where she's like, "Hey, Zachy," and she throws him over his shoulder.
Does she wear flannels or something, red flannel tied around her waist, or
maybe I can't remember. I don't.
Sounds
remember.
familiar. Curly hair, tie.
No, blonde, wore hats.
Okay, never mind. I don't. That's not ringing a bell at all.
She actually said her kids watched it. So anyway, it's fun. Check it out. It's all Peacock. It's a free channel or a streaming channel, and it's all there. Even that news little.
I'm interested in this new one.
Yeah,
is it corny though, or is it made for kids?
Of course it is.
Is
it made for kids? It's made for teenagers.
Damn.
It's not as, which also Saved by the Bell was, but it was put together pretty well. But they also break down some of the corniness and also some the things that you cannot get away with today.
Did they talk about in this when Zach would do timeout, and then he'd start everybody freezes?
So the first thing that happened on episode 7. That's what I'm listening to.
Oh really?
Yeah.
So that's where you're at now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm on episode 7. There's 40 in the high 40s right now.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it's in the high 40s. I'm on 7.
Damn.
So they've been doing this since actually a year ago now. I think August or September.
Maybe about a year ago if they're doing it weekly.
It was August or September when they had the first episode. So it's about, and we're in August right now. So it's been a year that they've had this podcast, and I just heard about it. So they're talking about the big brick phone. Some of the schemes, this doesn't make any sense. They break it down this makes 0 sense, or they're like, hey, this is pretty good that they thought of this. It's good. It's fun. It's really a fun podcast.
Okay, cool.
So check it out. Okay, now let's get into some fun stuff for the Buko Boys.
Let's do some treats, yeah?
Yeah, so we're gonna do a little bit of treats. So, brother, you got these. You can talk about why you picked some of these and tell us what they are.
I walked in and I noticed there's just all sorts of weird treats from all sorts of places.
Yeah, we got some interesting ones.
The first thing that popped in my head was, damn, it's been a long time since we did some shit like this on the show.
Yeah.
So I went around and I found some random things that I know I haven't seen or tried before.
Yeah. And I haven't tried any of these either.
I think the only thing I've ever tried is something like this. It's this Dutch licorice, and I think it's salty.
Well, do you want to start with that? You might as well, since you brought it up, might as well start with it.
Okay, let's start with this one. I think I tried this. I can't remember, but let's give it a go, shall we? So this is from Holland, and it is soft and sweet Dutch licorice.
All right.
This is like one of their staple candies there.
All right. I put scissors there for you in case you need them.
I think I'm growing up, but let's see if I am or not. I'm not.
I can do a lot faster.
Yeah.
Use the scissors I provided.
Thanks, brother. All right, you give one.
All
give
right.
one a go.
All right, they're cube shaped with a little sugar coating.
Yeah, they look.
And they're brown molasses looking.
Let's cheers it.
Yeah, cheers it. Oh, it's very chewy, like gelatinous chewy. Not like a licorice I'd be thinking it was, since it was called Dutch licorice.
No, salty. Oh, a little bit. That's not bad.
You know what it reminds me of?
Mm.
The center of Good and Plenty's.
But better.
Yes,
this is
it is
sweeter.
better. Mm-hmm.
So it looks like this is a sugar cube, because it looks like it's covered in sugar.
It looks like a sugar cube, yeah.
It looks like it's covered in sugar. It does taste like black licorice, but mild.
Yeah, not as strong.
I like that.
So the Good and Plenty's, the little candy coating around a little stick, like a very thin stick of black licorice.
Yeah, but I wasn't a fan of that coating. That coating on the black licorice, I don't know what it was, but I hated
on those Good and Plenty's.
Yeah,
yeah, they get sick of them fast.
This I liked.
Okay.
And what's funny is I acquired a black licorice taste as I got into adulthood. All right, okay, this next one. This is Walker's British potatoes, crisps.
Not chips.
And this is Marmite flavor. I've never tried Marmite.
Me neither. I know it's like Vegemite. Comes in a little jar.
And it's a vegan spread.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I don't know if you use a lot or a little of it. Because I know Vegemite, you can only use a little bit.
It's just pretty potent.
Let's give it a smell.
How's it smell?
Earthy, a little earthy.
Yes, yeah. Yeah. It does smell earthy.
Okay, you grab one.
All right. All right,
Let's
we got a good
Let's
size
touch
here.
the tips of our chips.
Crisps.
Crisps.
Strong. It's almost like a
Salty, really salty. Not much.
like it almost has like a strong flavor of like a malt vinegar, but then you don't get that vinegary kick. Like it's the beginning.
No, it ends earthy again.
Yeah. Like I was saying, like the malt vinegar, like you taste like an earthy flavor, then it gets a little tangy from the vinegar. This one it starts off like that, but it never turns into that. It just kind of stays mushroomy, earthy.
Not bad,
All right.
but I wouldn't choose that one.
Nope, I would not either.
Let's do this other licorice one, shall we?
Okay.
Or no. Salt and vinegar crickets.
Not crickets.
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 And
Which are crickets.
they're crickets. They're just crickets, but they've been salted and vinegared.
Okay.
I'm a big fan of salt and vinegar chips.
Love salt and vinegar crisps.
Yeah.
Clear up the table.
And with these, I have actually tried these before.
These exact brand?
This brand,
Okay.
but I know you haven't.
No, I've had crickets.
You have had crickets?
Have you?
When?
Well, I mean, you said this. I don't know. I'm not scared. I ain't scared.
Do two. Do two at the same time.
Why are you so pushy?
Why?
Why are you peer pressuring me?
Because YOLO. YOLO. All right. You got a party in my hand. You got a party in your hand.
Yup. Gross.
Let's give it a go. This is cricket crunching.
I'm waiting for the salt and vinegar.
Oh, mine was very salty and vinegary.
I just taste salty.
More salt than vinegar.
Okay. The aftertaste, I can kind of taste the salt and vinegar. Okay. Not bad. How much protein's in these? Because you talk about people think about crickets and they have all this protein.
Let's see. We each had two. Those four.
It's 0.6 grams for the whole thing.
And that's
How many are
about
there?
7 crickets.
7 crickets, you have 0.6 grams of protein. Not very high in protein, crickets.
No. Well, I guess if you gotta eat a lot of crickets.
I guess anything is high in protein if you eat a lot of it.
Exactly. Because I could see myself eating about 50 of these guys.
I don't know about that. This is for me one of those things where I don't mind it at first, then I'll get sick of it pretty quick after a while.
Well, not the same flavor. If they're cooking crickets, yeah, they're not going to be like this in a dish. All right. Cat-shaped Dutch licorice.
All right. Which looks black.
Black as night. And a little harder than the other ones. The other ones were really soft. Yeah, these ones are kind of hard.
This is the good shape. Well, yep, it's a little shape of
It's
a
a
black
cat.
cat, like
It's
on
a cat.
Halloween. Oh, they're super hard.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's a bad batch. Maybe it's an old batch.
No, that's just how it's supposed to be.
Okay. It's not a strong black licorice. Don't hate it. Don't love it.
It's just
It's no red vines. I'll tell you that.
no. It's just more sugary gelatin, not gelatinous, but like that really hard gummy texture. The black licorice taste isn't that strong. I could totally do these, but
Yeah.
I don't really want to work out my mouth. So
It's a jaw workout for sure.
I'm probably gonna stop chewing this, just so we can move on,
Okay. Good idea.
because it's getting kind of hard. Oh, all right. Let's do this one. I have not done yet. I've never done ants,
Yeah, I don't think I've had ants.
and this is an ant wafer. Ingredients being sugar and black ants.
Yeah, I'm interested to break this in half and kind of see
So
what's
this
inside.
looks like white chocolate
with a milk chocolate drizzle.
with white chocolate with a milk chocolate drizzle with a bunch of ants inside. Let's see how this goes. So it comes, oh, there's 4 actually.
All right, let's take. I kind of want to split it in half.
Split it in half and then show the camera. Can you see a bunch of black ants in there?
I do not.
I see black ants right here.
Okay. Maybe there's an ant. I don't know.
Oh, there's ants in here. There's not a lot of ants. It looks like it's mainly just like a chocolate wafer.
All right, cheers.
Yeah.
Tastes like white chocolate.
I'm getting
There's
little
little crunches.
crunches, and that must be the exoskeletons.
Yeah, of ants. Okay.
Just tastes like white chocolate.
Yeah, that's all you taste.
Mm-hmm.
Some more crisps.
Or let's wash it down with a taste of this drink. Almadood, what? Almadoodler? Almadoodler?
Does it say where it's from? Do you know where it's from? You
No. I just saw it and I was like, I know I've never tried this before.
Oh yeah, that's a whole other language.
What
Is
language
it
is that?
Dutch? I don't know.
What kind of hats are they wearing? Where does that hat look like it's from?
Like a sombrero or Dutch. Oh, they got maybe wooden shoes on? I can't tell.
Let's see. Let's read some words here. Zutaten, Wasser, Zucker. This is maybe German. Look at this. Sauergutsmittel.
Well, there's different languages on it.
Oh, there's multiple. Okay.
This,
There's 3 languages.
This
on
brand
there.
gets around.
Boy. It's vegan though. That's
Okay. That's important to my soda
Yeah.
consumption.
So this is what it looks like if you're watching on YouTube. I have no idea what this is going to taste
Yeah.
like. It's just a red can.
So it's like a Red Bull shape.
Yeah.
Skinny. Is that how you drink? That noise?
I didn't want to put my mouth all over it right before you get on it. So it just tastes like a cherry.
You get cherry, huh?
I can get cherry flavored. It's a clear soda.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm getting almost like a cherry cola. Not cola, but cherry
medicine?
medicine.
Like a cherry medicine? What do you drink?
Almost like a seltzer. I'm trying to like run it through my palate.
Oh, okay, that's a good idea, actually.
Duh, don't you? You need to learn how to taste.
I don't know what to even describe. I mean, it's good.
I think it's cherry.
good.
I think it's cherry.
It might be. It's good.
I mean, the red can.
I don't know how to explain it. Interesting.
It's a light cherry though. It's not like overpowering flavor,
Yeah.
but it's good. I like it. All right, next thing, chips, crisps, a puckering pickled onion.
I got exoskeletal matter being stuck in my teeth.
Puckering pickled onion, crisp.
I like pickled onions.
I do too.
Give me a crisp over here.
I want a big one. I feel like I'm gonna like this
All
one.
right, cheers. It's
Well, It tastes just like a pickled something.
Well, like there's like dill pickle flavored chips. That's what it tastes like.
No, it tastes like brine, not dill. There's no dill. Brine.
It's just pickle flavored.
Kinda, but no dill.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's good. Very good. I like it.
I like it, but I think the not having dill in it is throwing me off.
You're expecting some dill. Speaking of dill.
Yeah. Speaking of dill, I'm dill. I got a gummy pickle.
It's a huge pickle.
Yeah, it is.
Thanks for noticing.
Let's see.
Yeah, there's scissors there.
This looks like it will come apart easier.
Okay, sure. Oh, interesting. It's not. Sure glad there's some scissors here.
Me too. So
I'm
much
gonna put those there.
Some of that knew better.
The one that's never been wrong in this episode yet today. Who's your pickle?
I didn't. Look at the size of this.
That is a hearty pickle.
Look at that.
Gummy pickle.
Look at that.
It's about average size, right? Five inches.
That's about average. All right, I'll take a bite out of it.
All right.
I'm gonna wait to it till you take a bite.
A big bite.
I did.
Oh, you can smell the dill and the sugar at the same time. We'll put back in this little.
Strange that I like this.
It's almost like green apple.
Tastes like green apple, but with dill.
Yeah.
I think that's what they did.
It's the same. What'd you throw in?
Yeah, I threw it in there. It's like I'm getting a lot of wafts of dill, like especially when I first bit into it. Mm-hmm. It's all I could smell is dill. But the moment it hit my tongue, I'm like, damn, this is good. And you're right, green apple is definitely the overpowering flavor.
With dill. I'm a fan of dill.
I like dill, I like green apple, I like gummies.
Yeah.
I would, so far, this and those soft black licorices have been what I like so far.
I like those pickled onion chips, crisps.
Okay, last one.
Last crisps.
This one isn't like crazy or anything. It's cheese and onion.
Yeah.
But it's crazy in a way that I've never had a cheese and onion crisp before.
Yeah.
I've had all different kinds of cheeses. I've had sour cream and onion.
Yes.
But never have I had cheese and onion. So, with that being said, I'm celebrating.
We're learning a lot about Dale's episode, how he drinks, how he opens food.
I'm a mess.
Oh, gosh.
Told you I'm half asleep today, okay?
All right, cheese and good.
Yeah, I got two big ones.
All right, here we go. Cheers. Onion flavor's a little strong. I don't mind it, but I'll pass on it.
It does taste a lot like the one cheese ruffles.
What kind of cheese? Just regular cheese?
Like the cheese ruffles.
Yeah, like you really taste the cheese and you really taste the onion. I don't hate it, but it definitely is on my bottom list of crisps.
I like that one more than the other one, than the puckering pickled
You're
onion.
crazy. That's crazy talk.
I like the cheese and onion over the pickled
Crazy.
onion. No, I'm serious.
That's crazy.
But I am going to have another bite of this pickle.
All right, as Dale takes his bite of his pickle one more time, we are signing out. Thanks again for watching and listening to the Buko Boys podcast, and we'll catch you next week.
See you later, everybody.